thought it was over. They saw me fall and called it failure. But those who only see the fall never understand the rise. Yes, I hit the ground, but not to break. No, to build. They buried me, but they didn't know I was a seed. I went quiet, disappeared for a while, but in that silence, I was forming, becoming something words can't capture. They were eager to see me weak, shattered, hollow, but I was becoming someone the world wouldn't dare to blink at. Because the one who rises from ruin doesn't fight to survive. He fights to rule. I didn't rise from ashes to speak. I rose so the world would fall silent. I became the voice that doesn't need to shout, because its presence chokes the room. My voice doesn't come from pain. It comes from fire. The same fire that burned me, but didn't consume me. It refined me. I didn't survive. I transformed. I was rebuilt, sharper, harder, darker. Yes, there was pain. Yes, there were nights without stars, days without air, moments without hope. But that's where the edge was forged. I became the voice of those who never had a chance to rise. Every step I take now is a reckoning for every time they made me kneel. Every breath I take is an answer to every silence they forced on me. They thought I was done because I was quiet, but my silence was the beginning. When I don't speak, it means I'm rising. When I disappear, it means I'm becoming. I am the fire beneath the ash, the power that simmers until it ignites. And now it's time. This isn't a time for mercy, not for forgiveness. It's the moment the world learns. Some of us weren't made to kneel. Some of us were made to break the chains. I am one of them. And no, there is no surrender written in my blood. Because I didn't grow through peace. I grew through war. They don't know who I am, because they only see the surface, the scars, the stare, the silence. But if they dared to look deeper, even for a second, they'd see something that scares even them. They say I'm too much, too stubborn, too intense, and they're right. Because I'm not like them. I wasn't built in comfort. I was forged in chaos. I didn't grow under kindness. I grew under knives, where every smile is a mask, and every hand carries a blade. That's where I built myself, from scratch. No help, no permission. I dug with my fists. I crawled on shattered knees. Every drop of blood I've spilled. It wasn't tragedy, it was a vow that I would never bow again, never beg, never wait. I passed that point, the point where I could have stayed down, but I didn't. I crossed the threshold of ruin, and on the other side, there was no light, just me, and the choice, stay broken, or make the ground tremble. And I made it tremble, still does. My name still lingers, in minds that whisper, in rooms that tense when I enter. Because I'm no longer a name, I'm a signal, a warning, a force. And when I move, time slows down, not from fear, but from presence. Because I wasn't made to threaten. I am the threat. They search for answers, I am the question. They look for saviors, but I don't sink. I don't swim. I am the wave, the one that takes everything with it. And if you try to stand in its way, that's your last stand. I don't stop, I don't turn back. I wasn't made for pause, I was made for forward. Anyone who tried to hold me down is now a shadow, a memory. Because no one's ever stopped me. No one ever will. I don't wait for doors. I rip them off. I don't ask for space. I carve it out with fire. And when I arrive, there's only one left standing. Me. The war isn't over. It's just begun. Because the one standing here, he's not the man who fell. That man died. Buried beneath the silence, beneath the failure, beneath the world that tried to erase him. What rose is something else. Something built from the ashes. From nights that never ended. From days that had no sun. From breaths that felt like drowning, but never gave out. I'm not my losses, I'm not my scars. I am what came after. When the world turned its back, I didn't. When everything screamed, give up, I whispered, try me. I didn't run from pain, I walked straight into it. I made it my fire, my forge. I didn't ask for pity, I asked for more. Because pain didn't break me, it built me. It carved away the soft, exposed the steel. Every cut became a chisel, every bruise, a blueprint. I don't speak like I used to, because now, I don't need to. I don't explain, I exist, and that's enough. My presence speaks in frequencies only the fearless can hear. They don't ask who I am anymore. They just move aside, because I'm not hope. I'm not fear. I'm the answer. The answer to every time they thought I'd vanish. The answer to every hand that pushed me down. I don't walk in seeking light. I bring it with me. I carry the fire of every soul that never got the chance to rise. The rage of every silence that was forced. I am the voice of the forgotten, the embodiment of the unspoken. There's history in my blood, battle cries in my breath, legacy in my scars. I don't fight to survive, I fight because I must. I fight because standing still is no longer an option. This world tried to take everything, but it couldn't take me. Because I made a choice to become something untouchable. Not by running, not by hiding, by becoming what they never expected. Relentless, precise, eternal. I don't chase justice, I embody it. I don't demand respect, I am the moment that commands it. And when they see me coming, they know. This isn't revenge, this is recognition. I wasn't made for peace, I wasn't born to beg. I was born to rise again and again, until rising became instinct, until pain became a whisper I no longer hear, until fear forgot my name. I don't stand here because I was spared. I stand because I refused to stay down. They thought I'd break. They hoped I would. But I bent the rules before I bent my knees. I didn't heal to be soft. I healed to be steel. And now, there's no going back. I'm not asking for space, I take it. I'm not waiting for permission, I never needed it. I'm not returning to be part of this world. I'm here to remind it what it tried to bury and failed. I don't move quietly anymore. Every step I take echoes with purpose. Every breath I draw dares the world to try again. Go ahead, let them come. Let the storms gather, let the shadows rise. I don't hide from them, I command them. I don't brace for impact, I am the impact. I've walked through flames and didn't burn. I've drowned in silence and didn't fade. I've bled for every inch of ground I now own. And still, I rise. Not because I want to, but because I must. Because I was not built to surrender. It doesn't live in me. It never did. My blood doesn't carry retreat, it pulses with war. With grit. With the echo of every soul before me that refused to kneel. So if they wait for me to fall, Let them wait forever, because I am still here, and I always will be. I don't survive, I dominate. I don't resist, I overcome. I don't fade, I burn. I burn brighter than their doubt, hotter than their hate, louder than their silence. They can't contain me, can't define me, can't stop me. Because I'm not what was, I am what remains. And what remains never kneels.